I'm Sultana, and today I will be talking about a legal development that has happened recently in Ireland. I will be discussing the change of the legality rights with abortion. As of 20 December 2018, the Health Act made it legal in certain circumstances for legally being able to perform abortions. The Houses of Oireachtas gave the approval after being signed by the President. The legislation got 66.4% yes votes, as opposed to 33.6% no votes. The Act allows abortion during the first 12 weeks of pregnancy and if the mother's life or health is at risk. The procedure to end a pregnancy can be carried out by taking medication or having a minor surgical procedure. Before abortions were legalized, it was a criminal offense if a woman carried out a miscarriage with the intent. They were found guilty of a felony and convicted to 14 years imprisonment. In 1992, it was allowed to travel outside the country for an abortion. By 2013, the Act allowed termination if the woman's life is at risk. With that, 25 hospitals were listed as places that allowed the termination. According to statistics, 6,217 women in the Republic of Ireland had abortions in the UK, and 1,280 women from the North. This was a 1.7% drop from the previous year and was the third year in a row that there has been a drop. Due to the low-cost flights and low-cost abortions in countries such as Spain, France, the Netherlands, and Belgium, Irish women travel to Europe for abortions. There are major restrictions that have been put into law. Those that are seeking abortions must wait 3 days after obtaining the procedure and getting the pregnancy's growth age approved by a doctor. Some women will therefore be forced to fly overseas or to order safe but illegal pills online. This can be quite distressing and is believed to be unnecessary. Now there are 300 general practitioners and 10 out of 19 maternity hospitals. Although the new legislation eliminates criminal penalties for those who procure the abortions outside the law, it keeps them in place for doctors and anyone else who assists them in doing so. The impact on doctors has been greatly noticed. They practice in fear of being punished and therefore are cautious when approaching women, creating delays and misinforming their patients. The act itself is supposed to be allowed when a woman's life is in danger, but the language of this is unclear. The expression risk of serious harm to health causes people concern, and due to ambiguous laws, pregnant women who are ill could be wrongly refused treatment and putting their health at risk. The Abortion Support Network revealed that in 2017, two women who had attempted suicide were denied abortions despite the fear that their lives were in danger. Both of those women were basically told that they weren't suicidal enough. The Irish people voted to make abortion a medical problem rather than a criminal offence, but the act punishes people that help with up to 14 years of jail. When comparing Irish law on abortions with other EU countries, Irish laws are very much more restricted. Countries such as Germany, Italy, and France are much more developed in the sense that abortion is completely legal for up to 12 weeks of the pregnancy. Poland is a little more restricted as it is only allowed in the case of rape, incest, or danger to health. Countries including Morocco, Libya, and Egypt have similar laws to Ireland as it is only allowed if the mother's life is at risk. In the United States, there are a few states that don't support abortion still, and women would be still criminalized and punished with life in prison. Some would even get the death penalty for ending their pregnancies. In many anti abortion countries, a lot of the time the reason for it seems to fall behind the strict religion they follow, politics, and overall just morality and ethics it portrays. Many don't believe that these should be reasons why it shouldn't be allowed. Anti abortion protesters have protested the implementation of the abortion services in Ireland, and by picketing a clinic and releasing possible deceptive websites that imitate that state's unplanned pregnancy support program. Only 3 days after abortion services became legal, a group carrying placards protested outside a doctor's office in Galway in an attempt to prevent women from obtaining abortion pills. Pro choice organisations, on the other hand, criticised the picket as bullying and urged the government to establish buffer zones to discourage demonstrations outside abortion clinics. People believe that this is public abuse of people seeking abortions. The Health Services Executive, a state department, runs a support site for women who have had unplanned pregnancies. The website provides abortion seeking women with guidance and information about how to obtain the procedure. The HSE has issued an alert about websites with the potential hidden agendas that use names close to its helpline. The imitated websites aim to scare women away from the abortions by educating them about the risks and providing ultrasounds to see the fetus. On the first working day of the operation, about 20 women officially requested terminations. The service would be entirely free, with the government paying GPs about €400 per patient. The media industry was very quick to report the views of legalizing abortions. Since the legalization of abortions in January, vigils have sprung up outside maternity hospitals that practice the procedure, forcing patients to walk past demonstrators carrying child sized coffins as props. In February, the state's health service executive won a high court injunction against Eamon Murphy, an anti abortion activist, for establishing a website with a virtually identical domain name to the government's unplanned pregnancy advice service, My Choices, which offers official abortion information and has a helpline that tells patients on which GPs provide terminations. While Murphy's website appeared to be impartial, offering ultrasounds and abortion information, the HSC claimed that his goal was to discourage people from pursuing abortions. Unregulated crisis pregnancy agencies have been accused of subjecting pregnant women to painful and coercive experiences such as overly intrusive physical tests, forcing them to watch graphic videos, and threatening them with unproven claims that a termination will result in cancer, death, and breakdown of mental health and relationships. Patient information has also been leaked to anti choice organizations, which has been a source of concern. A woman who had a surgical abortion in Dublin Hospital in January was reportedly approached by an anti abortion activist from an unregulated counseling service who sexually insulted her and called her disgusting for ending her pregnancy. Thank you for listening.